What's going on, all you wild theologists out there? Your two favorite Hugh Grant fans are back tonight, and we've got a doozy for you. It's a horror film of all things in November. We just finished 31 Days of Horror and we were back. We wouldn't miss it for the world, would we? A24 is back. It stars Hugh Grant and Sophie Thatcher. It's called Heretic.
Do not be afraid. You will witness a miracle.
What's going on, you wild rascals? You can call me Mr. Reed tonight, and joined by my good mate over there, Sister Barnes. But going to be reviewing A24's newest film that just hit cinemas around the world. Everybody's been talking about this movie. I remember seeing the trailer about 6 months ago. Really sparked my interest. Really excited for this, and man, this is a really well written and spooky story and great film all around visually too. Of course, Hugh Grant making a return here as Mr. Reed. He's this older gentleman. He's approached by these two Mormon missionaries, go up to his house, basically trying to convert him. They have this conversation and things start to unravel within this house, and something is off about him, and they really kind of dive into that.
Which path will you choose? This door or this door? Yeah, it's definitely a psychological thriller slash horror, I will say. It definitely stimulates your brain and makes you think about a lot of things that you probably learned about growing up, especially if you went to church or had family members that you went to church with. Every religion thinks that their religion's the right one, and that's what you should follow, go by their rules set out. But the way Mr. Reed, played by Hugh Grant, lays it out to them, really, if you look at the history of things, all religions, each one, there's been one before that, so who's to say who's ultimately right? But he has the answer in this film, what the ultimate one true religion is. And it was very, very clever, very well written, very tense. That first 30, 45 minutes, man, I was on edge and didn't know exactly where it was going to go. You could see the concept there. We had heard about it dealing with faith and everything like that and having these Mormon missionaries going, but I didn't really see where it was all going to end up. But very well written, very well acted, and another winner for A24.
Jeez, yeah, I was blown away by this. Molly and I went to see this yesterday. Really excited for it. Just really great dialogue, great writing. I think the script is really the standout in this movie. Obviously, all the performances and all that, but it's just really great. I don't know. I just love the story. It makes you think, as you said, questioning religion, spirituality, faith, losing faith, control. A lot of messages in this movie. And Hugh Grant goes to a dark place in this, and damn, almost like award-winning performance, in my opinion. I thought he was just amazing. Played off Sophie Thatcher and Chloe East. They played Sister Barnes and Sister Paxton, dealing with this lunatic going into the house. A lot of red flags early on when they're going up to the door. It's a huge storm and locking up their bikes, and they're like, you walk in there. He's like, "Oh, I got metal on the walls and the ceiling." They don't really think about it. Don't have any cell service, so it's not going to end well for them. And it really dives into the lunatic that is Hugh Grant in this movie. Just really powerhouse performance and unhinged and not really sure what's going to happen. And you assume that's not going to end well for the girls. But I don't want to spoil anything, but really leads into a fantastic third act. It went somewhere I didn't expect it to, and it really had me guessing until the end of the movie. And just really, once again, great writing and kept me on the edge of my seat.
Yeah, that intro scene where the girls are there and they're not supposed to go in the house unless there's another woman present. It's part of their rules. Well, he's like, my wife's in the kitchen. She's baking a pie. So they go in there, and of course, there's the fresh aroma of blueberry pie. But, as they start to talk and he starts to, show his true colors as the conversation goes on, basically that he doesn't buy what they're selling. But, he keeps saying, yeah, my wife's here. Don't worry. And, eventually they find out that he's been burning a blueberry pie candle. So, slowly but surely they figure out he's has a malevolent streak to him, and he's going to put him through the ringer there. And it isn't an outright like slasher film or anything like that. He gives them choices to make, and it's kind of up to them and their faith and what they believe in to kind of hopefully make the right choices. And hopefully, through their choices, they'll be able to get out of this house that they're basically trapped in. It's really well done, very cool. That little miniature house that he has in there with like the wooden figurines and stuff. I loved how the camera would pan in on that and like kind of scoop up and like juxtaposed with the girls being in that house too, and where they go when they go down those doors and what lies down there. It's pretty awesome, and no spoilers about that, but I think we both really enjoyed this film. This one is definitely more psychological in tone, but there are definitely some horrific things that happen in that third act. And do you believe in miracles?
But yeah,
Right.
really great writing here. Scott Beck and Brian Woods, great directing. Man, these guys, everything they're touching is really outstanding. Their work gets better and better, and probably their best work to date. They did Haunt and Quiet Place. But yeah, this is probably the best movie to date. Hugh Grant's best performance in a while. Oompa
Mm-hmm.
Loompa. He was in Dungeons and Dragons and some other
Yeah.
movies. But this is like totally him. He's sarcastic asshole that he's known for his speech or his interview last year at the Oscars. He just seems very arrogant. And maybe this is just him having fun. So I really enjoy that. Sophie Thatcher. She's having a great career thus far with Yellow
Yeah.
Jackets. She was in one of the Star Wars shows. Now, of course, in this, Chloe East was also fantastic. She was in The Fablemans. Really great cast of those three. They fed off one another. Their dialogue is quick and witty, spooky at times. It really questions a lot of things, a lot of faith, a lot of religion. If you don't are really into religion or grew up in religion, this may not make sense to you, but you know, it's still worth a watch. Really one of the better A24 films this year, and had a great time with this, and I'm glad we got to see it in the big screen. That being said, I'm gonna give Heretic, I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5 Scott Beck hair pieces.
Yeah, definitely one of Hugh's best performances of his career. It'll be interesting to see if he gets nominated for this. I could see it happen for sure. Sophie Thatcher, great. She wasn't a lot like her Yellow Jackets character either. It was kind of a whole different persona and character that I hadn't seen from her before. So she just keeps getting better. Can't wait to see the rest of her career. And then the other actress that played Sister Paxton was great too, in her role. She was like the more naive out of the two. And I thought those girls together were really great. And then also worth mentioning, there's one more character that shows up. You might remember him from that 70s show, Topher Grace.
I was gonna say
uh,
Fez.
yeah, you're right, Fez. Hey, yeah. But yeah, another winner for A24. Uh, Maybe just a little bit too long if I'm nitpicking, but not much to not enjoy out of this movie. So with that being said, I'm going to give Heretic, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 Hugh Grant hair pieces. Not like any are needed. Not with that great hair.
Beautiful head of hair in Heretic.
Yes.
So we're interested in hearing all your guys' thoughts out there. What did you think about this brand new A24 film? What did you think of Hugh Grant? What did you like about it? What didn't you like about it? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to stay subscribe. Also, check out these wild nuns on Facebook, X, and Instagram, and our website, Cinephellas.com, for the latest, greatest TV, movie news, and reviews.
Well, Sister Myers, we got to get back to the monastery. Until the next Cinephellas movie review, I'm Sister Henry Hill.
And I'm Sister Barnes, signing out until the next movie review for Cinephellas. Cheers!
Yeah.
And God bless you.